The objective of these sessions are to write the percussions of the song and learning MIDI clips, not just simply writing on a grid the notes at different values of duration, but we also look into the loudness of these notes, which is called the velocity. So first thing, we need to go into our instruments folder and we look for the percussions. For the percussion, I will recommend to use Impulse, which is the easiest one to use. Of course, we also have the drum rack in Ableton, but it's not for this level of the course. And we look into, I guess, I like percussion too. And I simply click and drag in this gray area and leave it, drop it. It will automatically create a track for me in which I have my favorite tambourine, some shake, some bells. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now that we've chosen our percussion, remove the record, which is for when you want to perform, to create and record your notes. As a difference than before, we double click on an empty slot to create our clip. And we see that our clip is open in the view with the same settings that we left for the previous track. We probably don't need to see the launch settings, so we can remove it for the moment and just look at the notes once. And again, familiarize yourself with the sounds that you have available. I guess it's quite loud, so let's move it a little bit softer. It's unbearable, this percussion. I don't like it. So let's check another one. Let's go percussion number 1 instead. And that's a good opportunity to show you that when you change the instrument, the clip remains intact, but obviously change what are the sounds available. I like this more. So in terms of grid, we want a fixed grid, and I want 1/16. I want to use my pencil again and start writing some basic rhythms. To do so, I might like to play the clip of the groove while I'm working on my rhythm. How do I turn it on? I press play in the spacebar, or just simply this, which is a master clip. So let's insert some beats. Okay. What if I want to do let's try. And that sounds quite good for me. But what I want to do is to create a difference between these three. So the first one is pretty quiet, but if I press Command and I'm hover the little note that I just created, my cursor from the pencil or from whatever it is, like a normal arrow, changes into this double arrow. And you appear a number at the top. You see that 13 gliding? If I then now, while holding the command button down, click and drag, I increase the little red line at the bottom. That's the velocity, that's the volume. So I want to do like, the first one was 13, this one is more, and then to the next one, I go to the top. I do the same for the next one, so this one's going to be, oh, it's there, and this one more. And then I do another shake here, but not that loud. So I'm going to lower the velocity to 35. And this is good. then obviously when it comes to the chorus, I want something more sophisticated. So what I could do, again, I could rename this Command R and say beat 1, and then Command C and Command V in a new slot, Command R and call it beat 2, and this beat I'm gonna modify, and to create a bit more variety, I could extend to 2 length bar and select the whole session and duplicate the notes and make sure that they are exactly in the right space. So now I have the same thing, but longer. And so now I can go here and do some little variations with my little pencil. Which I obviously will play in the chorus. Down, let me down, let me down, down. You lay me down, you lay me down. You lay me down, let me down, let me down. Something like that. I could make it longer, it doesn't matter for the time, it's just important to learn that we could do 2 things, and this is the recap of this session. Once we can create again against the grid some kind of beat, but with a different type of instrument. So we learn how to recreate a new instrument, this time a percussion instrument, and to create a MIDI note. And we can also say the velocity for it. So to create variations, sonic variation, create different intensity of volume. When you record a clip by using the recording mode, the performance mode, you will be able to do it yourself with your fingers. But in this case, we're writing it down. In the second clip that we create, bit number 2, we extended the length and just added some more rhythmical features, which I actually want to add a bit more here because I didn't like it very much. So. And that's it for this session.